Today I'm playing the Stanley Parable. It's basically the best way to describe the Stanley Parable is it is a first-person adventure that is narrated about a man and his job. So let's just get that started. The end is never the end is never the end is never the
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So it looks like I'm a punk
And then
bitch.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Oh
or
shit!
anything, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
Haha, I
he
got
up
power
from
now,
his desk
bitch.
and stepped out of his office.
What if I don't step out of my office? I'll never leave. You can never tell me what to do, man in the sky. But I really want some crack cocaine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
This plant's still
Stanley
here.
decided to go to the meeting room.
We're all good.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Fuck, dude. I never want to miss memos. It's like missing birthdays. Except Jesus is involved. 416.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah? Well, you can go fuck yourself, Grandpa.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You're damn right.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, so I could take a piss on the floor.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yeah,
It had really
right.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I can't drink this room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Huh? Yeah, alright, I'll listen to you this
And so
time.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nah, dude, I'm taking this elevator. Red button for the win. Never pressed a red button this good.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Alright, I guess so.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, oops, okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
God damn it, dude!
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down...
I thought you were in control of the Matrix.
Right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
It's a truck. Is that what I want to go to? Hi, truck. I am your friend now. Let's be friends. Me and my truck will fuck everyone up. Oh, we are in the Matrix.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
What?
Quick, Stanley, close your
Spoiler?
eyes. Okay.
Close my eyes, I'll look at my dick.
Get back
I don't
to,
have a dick.
oh,
What am
who
I?
am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely
Fired.
unusable.
Someone got fired.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Wait, what?
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
Why don't
Okay.
why don't you
From
not be
the
an
top.
asshole, huh? What the fuck? Is he really making me start over? What the shit? Okay, I guess he
All
does
of his
control the
co-workers
Matrix.
were gone.
Shut up.
What
I
could
don't
it
even give a
mean?
fuck.
Stanley
just running
decided
through
to
here.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I missed a memo, maybe I didn't. Huh?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything
Okay.
should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I
Did
pissed
you
on the
move
floor.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, I don't know
It was
shit.
right here just a minute ago.
You're Jesus,
I know
right?
for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Okay. Oh, I can't... These chairs are just being... That's the way! That is definitely the way, and I can't go that way, and I guess I lose the game. Which one? Alright, this one's Okay, I'm just gonna fucking... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If he gets an erection, let him go, because he'll fuck you
I'll say
up.
it.
See, I told
This
you, that
is
was the right way,
worst
and now I
adventure
can't go
I've
that
ever
way.
been on. I can promise you, there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Wait.
Why not?
No. Oh, I stood about eeny, meeny, mining way too long. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, I
What
heard
could
this
it
bit.
mean?
You
Stanley
know
decided to
I
go to
heard
the
this
meeting
bit.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did I fuck something up? Is the meeting room gonna be the same, or what's going on? What? There's not even doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, all right. There's a lab here. I think they're testing herbisauruses. What could I have missed? A dinosaur taking a leak on me? Ah.
Wasn't that where
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
What the hell?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Alright, it got worse. You fucked it up.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing,
This
how
guy's got
about
Alzheimer's.
this? You win! Congratulations!
What?
You put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
So what happens now?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yeah.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Give it to me
I'm
rough.
getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, I like that wood room. It was cozy and... Whoa.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Ah! Wait, I don't have to follow the fucking line. I make my own choices, Mr. Jesus.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. He doesn't even want to put in some effort. Who spilt that? Because that's how you get ants.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over
Don't
in
walk
this
on that
direction.
box.
Onward,
Walk
Stanley,
around it.
to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I gotta go over this chair. This is the best thing I've ever done. Okay. Whoa. I can either go down that hallway or I can follow it down that way. Fuck it. I'm breaking the system.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
The fern killed Dumbledore.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This line is getting a little crazy. Oh! I don't know if I want to go in there. I know it's going to make me end. No, I'm not going into the Matrix room. Fuck him. He's just going to tell me I did it wrong. I'm going this way. To freedom. Wait a second. Yeah, this is my office. What the fuck? Okay, I guess I gotta go into the Matrix room. It's Matrix time. Well, I can't really go in there, can I? Remember the fern. Like the Titans in 9/11.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through,
What the fuck? I didn't do anything to you.
I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, see, I knew that was coming. And there was no way out of it. Okay. I guess I'm back here. Guess I gotta follow this line. What the hell did I do wrong?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, Mr. Man in the Sky.
Now, yes,
These
this
are some
is
bland
exciting.
ass hallways.
Just me and
Get some
Stanley
paintings,
forging
man.
a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
I want
Whatever
hippogriffs
it
to
might
attack.
be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
That was some MC Escher shit. I think what my story should be
Oh,
is...
no, not you again.
Oh.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Just don't acknowledge it. Ignore the line. I'm giving it the cold shoulder. Don't even talk to me, line. Man, fucking Spider-Man went a little crazy with some yellow paint. Oh, it's the Matrix. It's the people that can run on the walls.
Choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I
what's
believe
that
I need a
bag?
minute to think here.
Oh, it's a box.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
You got it.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're
This is
trying
the
to
best
go,
fucking thing I've done all
there
game.
must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our
That's fucked up
destiny
logic.
awaits.
Why can't I go left? I want to go in the left one. You... That's not a choice.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply
where we are
because it's
here.
written here on this thing, wall.
What about the fern? Is the fern
you
mentioned?
consulted me. Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
The Terminator?
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that
Put
this
something
is a
good
kind
on the
of
TV.
story. Wouldn't you agree?
Porn.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh. It kind of scared me like a grandpa walking slowly into the bathroom. Okay. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, what?
What could it mean?
He's forgotten. He's
Stanley
following the
decided to go to
schedule.
meeting room.
He can't
Perhaps
help
he had
it.
simply missed a memo.
Oh man, I wish I could memorize all those words that I was looking at for a long
When
time.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Or did I?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Am I just
knew
gonna
it
go in
perfectly
this
well.
circle?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, a lift thing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, well then
There's
I feel
someone you've
dandy.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
My
Please,
fucking dog?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Well, you've got really bad case of
This is it,
Alzheimer's.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
You probably
to
just
put
think I'm
your
a
work
her.
aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
I don't fucking answer
then
phones.
pick up the phone.
They answer me. What are you doing here? Who are you working for? Where were you on the night of November 5th? Who is Deep Throat? Don't I have voicemail? Pick up, answering machine. Hello, this is the office of Tit McGee, and we have nothing in here except for a phone. Do I have to? Ooh.
As
Aha!
Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the phone.
Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
With my fucking
You
fingers.
actually chose incorrectly?
What?
I didn't even know that was possible.
What?
Let me double check. No, it's
Did you write this
definitely here,
game down on a
Thursday.
book?
Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you...
With my
Wait a
brain
second.
dick.
Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
You
Why had I
gotta.
not noticed it sooner?
Because
You're not
you have
Stanley.
Alzheimer's.
You're a real person.
What?
I can't believe I was so
I am
mistaken.
Stanley.
This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you've completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to
kinda feel
stop the
bad
game
now.
for a moment so we can educate you
Oh, there's
properly on
voicemail.
safe
It's blinking.
decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
What? This video?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Popcorn?
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular
I was
basis
supposed
is the
to
best
ask.
part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
No.
Less? And finally,
I probably
if you
make,
begin to
like,
wonder if
3.5
your choices
choices.
are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Does that mean the narrator?
Whoa. Welcome back.
Look at these cars. I want
You
to
may
drive
have
home.
noticed
The
that this
forklifts.
room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What?
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Danger everywhere. Okay, I'll follow. Let's get in this, ram the door, and take down the fucking narrator. I've been here before. You're making me go back?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Dude.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Dude, you should read the Hitchhiker's Guide series and send me that tape. Because you would do it really well. Hallway, yeah. Lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wrong.
No! Why did you do that?
Because
Quickly,
I wanted
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Whoa, look at this filing system. I think I broke the matrix, yo. No. I've gotta go this way. Gotta remember the fern. Everyone remember the fern. Fine, I'm going left. You like me now?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
This.
What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much
This was
garbage?
great.
It's worth this now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa. You didn't shut the... I'm still here, bitch. The game's still here. You didn't end shit.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
What
If
is
you'd
this?
just
Is
gone
this
through
poop?
the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You still don't tell me what to do, bitch.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
I wonder if it'll just repeat.
Behave exactly as Stanley
Okay,
would.
I guess I gotta go
That means
left.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
How the
his
fuck am I supposed
boss's
to get to
office.
those doors, huh? How the hell is anyone supposed to get to those doors? Whoa.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions, and beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I have 2 Big Macs with a large fries and medium shake.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I'm speaking it. I'm speaking everything.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah, I don't have a
You
voice.
didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm doing what I
Okay,
can.
fine. You're not going to do it. But
Hey.
you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say
I'm
something to me.
sorry.
Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh, whoa.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, that's Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to
What?
me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Oh, he's so sad.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening?
I wonder if
to
this
me?
is actually the
Yeah.
end. This game fucks with you a lot.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. What?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
All right. He's got nothing to say about the coworkers. Is he even there? There was a phone ringing. Should I answer it? I turned that computer off. Oh.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk,
Donkey dildo?
cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like.
And butt
I'll give you a
plugs.
call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
You forgot the butt plugs. Why would she call that person's desk for me? That is weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. I'll do it. But only this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. I went downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do
How
it.
the fuck
He
did someone
considered
drive
the
in here?
possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
What the hell?
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Good point.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
I didn't
what
know
a
shit.
relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
I just pulled that out of my
gone.
ass.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice Describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I wanted some crack cocaine.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope, still here. Lol.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Did she now? Then why am I still here?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah, this is Stanley's office. What are you talking about?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
This is turning into a
But
mindfuck.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Or did he? He did. If he can figure out how a door works.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Nah, this is a different
Stepping
office.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Leap, bitch. I already forgot it.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he 2845.
Yeah, 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh yeah, this is the best red button ever. A load screen?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
That's right. I'm getting some answers from the goddamn
Stanley
president.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or did he?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I know this room. I was up there.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I got the strength to fucking wrestle a gorilla in heat.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's
my office.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
With what? How
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What is this, 4? Oh, okay, there's a bunch of number buttons, I bet. And I bet if I push them all in order, I'll get, like, donuts or something. That's all I really want. 1, 2. What comes after 2? Like 5 or the letter F? 2. I'm a gangster. 4. Jump off and kill myself. What is all the red swirlingness on the ground? Is that like souls? I bet it's souls. Pressing this 5. Pressing this 5. That's what I'm doing. Did I do it right? Oh, is there a 6 or something? Oh. I want to push that button. Oh, that's even a better red button. Shit. I couldn't. That didn't do shit. Okay. I didn't die. I was wondering if I'd get my flesh rended from my bones. Alright, I'll go in here. Whatever.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Maybe not.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
What?
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But
Maybe
what
this
precious moments
takes it
each
off.
one of them is.
Oh, God.
More time to talk about you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get
about
nuked.
me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I couldn't save myself. Do you think any of those buttons did anything? I have no idea.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Man, that fern has not been important yet. Maybe the fern is
Yes, there was not
the
a
narrator.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk,
No, I didn't.
pulling books
No, I
off
played
the
piano.
shelf, looking
Put on
behind
shades
paintings,
and started rocking this
desperate for
bitch.
clues to his situation.
Yeah.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh my god, this game.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Whoa. Has this been here all this time? I don't remember this elevator being here. Undead space monsters are gonna come out at me. Necromorphs.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So I did. Yeah, I know.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
whoa,
with
a bunch of
television
TVs
screens.
again.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Maybe a
Did he
bathroom.
have the strength to
Is that a
find
dark
out?
secret? My bathroom's a dark secret.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Show me porno.
revealed. Each
Sure.
bore the number of an employee in
Not
the building.
one of these is of
Stanley's
people fucking
co-workers.
who failed.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And
What does it
Stanley,
all
one of them,
mean?
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Nothing?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very
You stupid
place.
button, you didn't
And as
save
the
me at
cold
all.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What are you gonna pull on me now, Mr. Narrator, asshole?
Blackness. And a
Blackness.
rising chill of
Racist.
uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had
erased
he
them,
been
you told me.
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Whoa, dude, we live in the Shire or something. What if I don't go through the door and I just hang out here? Nothing, I guess.
Stanley felt the cold breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.